Okay, so we are going to, you know, catch up on some stuff, Devier. I'll try to keep this short. This is not my first recording, also. But one second, let me open that also. So yeah, this is just like a video on general updates. I've not also recorded a video in a while. Just general dev updates and also what I'm looking forward to for the next year in terms of obviously programming. I think this year has been my best year ever in personal life, professional life, everything. I've learned a lot about myself, about programming, a lot of good stuff. All the technically bad stuff that also happened are also good things. But yeah, I'm happy for all of it. Really, really nice year. There's a lot of change, a lot of growth in that sense. And yeah, like definitely my best year right now. 2026, best year again. But yeah, so have we had all of it? Yeah, okay. I'll start sharing my screen. Some just updates that have happened. This is, yeah, how do I? There we go. Okay, so first and foremost is on time. This is an open source repository which I've been contributing to since last December itself. And the maintainer has been amazing. He's been super, super helpful. He's been super sweet. He's guided me through a lot of things. Also, I'm not sure if you can hear that fan, laptop fan. If you can, I'm sorry. Like, it's just there. But yeah, a great code. They also recently had a V4 release that happened, which like new UI, I think performance is better. A lot of good things. One thing that I'm actually proud of, one of the features which got closed, I think around October, November, is something called pip. Yeah, pip timer. So there is a timer component which basically renders on a timer page, and they wanted it to render in a document picture-in-picture window, which I'm gonna just keep calling pip because document picture-in-picture is it takes time to say. But yeah, this pip window, the benefit of this is firstly it's from the browser and it's an experimental feature. Only I think Google Chrome and Edge has this feature. I'm not even sure if Edge has it, but Chrome has it. Firefox doesn't have it. So the benefit of this is that basically, if you change tabs, that window will still maintain its state. And if you, let's say, I think open a new application itself, then also that window will stay there. That's the benefit of document picture-in-picture window. And the use case of that in terms of this application is OnTime is an entertainment, like it's for people working in entertainment, right? Who are doing the scheduling and timekeeping events and all these things. So I'll show you like the working of it over here, where basically this is like event schedules that are done. This is the rundown, and then you basically wait. So this is the timer component, mainly this part actually, and you have a slash timer page where it renders like the component we want to render. That is basically like that page has a component. We want that component to also come in the window. So this is where we pop out the timer, and yeah, I think we should start it. Yeah, if we start it, then it starts both here and here because um, it's doing the same thing. So yeah, and the thing is that now this main application is a separate React application, and this window is not inherently a React application. There is you can like it can be just a plain DOM that's there, and you're using normal JavaScript or TypeScript to control things there. But there was some Medium article which actually used React uh, on the document picture-in-picture window as well. So I took that approach, and this was like super fun to work on. A lot of like reading documentation and understanding how pip works. So yeah, this is how it works. It's pretty cool, right? And I think I should start changing. I'll be changing windows. Yeah, see. So yeah, that's how it works, and I think it's pretty cool. Like even for people who are using the application, if they have to switch to a new tab, maybe they have some Excel sheet with something or some other application which is handling something, this timer can keep just afloat somewhere, and they can see like okay, this much time is left, this much time is left. So this was pretty cool, and yeah, they're also like I think they have a lot of features planned, and they're always looking for contributions. Good code, amazing code. So check out this repository for sure. The next thing is also TWT. No, that's not it. Let me show. Yeah. So one major change I've made is basically reducing my time on Twitter. I've removed the app from my phone and I mainly use it for my laptop. That too, the days I'm going to office, like I come back, then only I get to use it. So the whole day I'm not on Twitter, which has been great because I think every time I have any free time, my like I would start opening the app. And the thing is, I want to use Twitter in a write only way more than a read write way. So the best way I was like, oh, I just want to tweet. And what if I could tweet from not Twitter and I could just forget about it? So hence I made that, which is very, very simple. Like all these things are pretty simple. Um, so yeah, I'll show. Wait, I already tweeted it. Yeah, this is not my first recording. So yeah, this is what I did in my own. Oh god. Um, yeah, let's just post again. I'm recording the video again. Say hi again. Yeah. So, so this is what I'm not recording after this. However, this video comes out while posting it. So yeah, this is how this works. Where basically, and I'm not going to open that link also, but basically this is how it works. Now I can tweet. I can just go back to my work. It's something like if I have Tmux on, I can just tweet from one end, come back to my project, exit that. It's done. So yeah, this is something that got traction. One of my goals for this year was to have a viral project, which I think technically I can count this one as one. But I think what got more traction was this Suburb MCP server, which, if you know MCP, then it's pretty easy. You can wrap it around an API, you give it a input schema, and then, you know, Claude has it. Like MCP is a whole thing. I don't need to get into that. But yeah, this was pretty fun. This got a lot of traction from Twitter, and even I think a few Surbum employees like retweeted this. So I think that for me counts as a viral project, and I should protect the branch. Which yeah. Um, yeah, other open source stuff. Yeah, I did do this, which is a very small contribution to Dodo payments. Which, dude, if you're on Twitter and if you're just dealing with payments, Dodo payments has changed the ballgame. Razorpay Stripe was there before, but they I think removed operations from India. Razorpay is there, but I think it's not like people would prefer Stripe over Razorpay, and Dodo payments just came in and they were like, "Yo, we got everything," And after Stripe couldn't continue operations in India, I think Dodo payments is this. They're on a growth route, and I love everything about them. I've like the just everything they're doing, and in fact, they have a service in Rust, I think, which an actual product shipping in Rust. Come on, I mean, very rare. But yeah, this is like a simple banner variation we added. Initially, someone from their team mentioned it might not be required, so I closed the PR. But then they reopened it and merged it. So I'll take that as a win. But yeah, this was there, and there was also was one more. I think open workflow dev. I think let's go open workflow. No, that's not it. I think it's open workflow dev. Yeah, okay. This is a PR I made yesterday. It's a very simple, small PR. Oh yeah, there you go. This, yeah, it's just this much. Where basically it was one of the open issues, so you just have to pass in this and give a configurable option for the timeout. So yeah, this thing. Very simple PR, nothing like great about it. Took like 5 minutes, but it was in the open issue, so I thought why not like give it a shot. And I found this repository on Twitter, so it's something, it's a win. So that's there, and also some personal projects I've been working on. There are like 13 projects I need to finish. So yeah, I need to finish 13 projects just for myself. Also, if you can hear the laptop fan, I'm sorry, but yeah, some are personal, which I'm not really gonna show it in public. Some are things which I'm like doing it so that people can use it, or at least I can learn things from it. And just 2026, that's going to be the focus. 2025, I think I tried a lot of new architectural stuff: Redis, Kafka, PubSubs, consumer subscriber, all these things. There is a video on Kafka and consumer subscriber that I posted before. It's pretty decent video. I think you should check it out. God, I'm talking like a anyway. So yeah, these projects that are there, they're interesting, they're new. There are things which I want to try out in a not so prototype way. I also have a prototypes repo which I need to finish the prototypes to learn things from. But yeah, like a lot of learning this year, and all these projects I think they are going to like take it up a notch. And I want to try new tech stacks in the sense that before I was only working with TypeScript, React, all these things, but now and a little bit of Go, just like personal stuff that's there. But I think now at work I'm using Angular and C Sharp. So these are two things which I want to get great at. Like now my four main focuses are TypeScript, Go, C Sharp in terms of like programming languages, React, Angular, and .NET in terms of framework. And also, did I mention Go? I think I mentioned Go. Yeah, like these four or three, however many there are, they should be like in my head. I should be an expert at them. I should know the documentation stuff end to end. There should be nothing like lack on. And along with that, all some other toolings that we're using. NX is one. Just what else is there? Other stuff which I yeah, I think that's mainly it. I think after NX, what else is there? Turbo Pack, not Turbo Pack. Sorry, what is that? Turbo Repo. Yeah, sure. But I think that's pretty easy. That's not much. NX is where like you have to kind of know internals, and also other than that, just contributing to these projects, like contributing to the tools that I'm using open as part of open source, because I think open source contribution is something I'm enjoying. Something I'm liking, and it feels nice to also just like you have no expectation, right? Like even if your PR gets merged, you don't really have anything to gain, like materially gain from it. But it's a nice feeling that your work kind of reduced, the maintenance work, and it also will benefit the end user. So I think open source is a true way of kind of giving back in programming, and I think the gain from it is knowledge. Like you get to see how any new project, structures their architecture, structures their code, which code patterns do they use, and all these things, which is, I think, I'm saying I think a lot, which is basically a way to kind of learn a lot of just new things in programming, how new things are implemented, especially these big code bases. So that's something like I think it'll be beneficial in terms of knowledge. But open source is something I do want to contribute to more, more complex contributions also, not just like basic contributions here and there. So that's something on my mind. And this year, I think in general, I had a goal of becoming a better programmer, which I think this is the year that happened. Next year, hopefully, I can look at back at my present self and be like, say, "Cat, like, what did he know?" So that is there. So yeah, 2026, just keep doing what I'm doing, keep getting better at it. And yeah, all the projects that I need to do, the things that require a front end and a back end, I want to deploy them also in a proper manner, right? Like AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, make CI/CD pipelines for these and actually like deploy them. Not worry about now like Vercel and all these things. Proper deployments, proper working. That's something like I really want to kind of get into. And at work also, I actually made a pipeline, Azure pipeline, which their working is very interesting. Like, for example, you have GitHub Action Runners. On Azure, you have agents, which are basically the same thing. So um, just yeah, DevOps I think in general is something which I should be familiar with, and I should be like, oh yeah, if you want to do this, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this. A lot of deployment strategies are there, which I'm not really focused on much right now because it's not required. Like I don't need to know about matrix deployments right now, or green, blue, red, green deployment, something like that, because it's not really relevant at this stage. But at least for these projects, basic deployment, knowing my pipeline knowledge in general, like CI/CD knowledge in general, something which I think will be beneficial. Um, yeah, and other programming concepts, I think I'm learning like something like this is happening. There's also books I'm reading, which I've been reading a bit slow, like passively, because I've not been giving it much time. But I think, yeah, next year, like not even next year, like from right now, it's a way to like start finishing these books. So that is there. But yeah, what else? AI is something I want to kind of get better at next year also. You know, not in terms of like machine learning, but just the output of machine learning and how to use that in actual application, like make APIs for it. I made like basic things, but I think see again, I think I need to stop saying I think. But basically these things where like polishing things and like giving them the end product side, like that's something I need to get better at. Where right now I'll make the thing, if it works, I'll be like, oh, okay, that like my work's done. But I don't want to do just that. I want to take it, that next step and actually make those finished projects, make it polished, make it look nice, make it something like people would want to use. People, it's useful to people, it's helpful to people, something they want to use. So yeah, that's something. What else? Yeah, one of my goals was to launch a product with payments this year. It was also the last year, which technically did I do? I don't remember. But let's not count. There was one project we made, but there was like a banner we added. If you want to support, you can like give some money. But that's like that doesn't count. Like I want to make a proper product with like payments integrated on it. If people pay for it, that's different. I'm not really expecting any much there, but it will help me know that how you handle payments, how you, if there's subscription tiers I want to implement, then how does that happen? What's the right practice to do it? It's like a good learning, and it's also like a product which people can use. So yeah, that's something that needs to be done. What else? Oh yeah, video and audio. I did some audio programming this year, which is something I want to kind of keep trying. I can't really say much about the audio programming I did this year, other than the fact that I just did it. But that was pretty interesting. I kind of read about like how sound is basically translated into audio with the help of samples, and like how you record things, and then I use like browser web APIs to make this one thing. So that was pretty fun and took a lot of time, and it was like really good knowledge to like now have, because you just hear these words and you're like, oh yeah, okay, it might be something, but this actually kind of helps strengthen these concepts. Plus also video processing and video rendering stuff in general. These are two things I want to keep kind of continuing in the next year, where basically I want to understand media programming in general, which I don't think is an actual term. But yeah, that's something I want to explore because it seems pretty fun. Like if you can make things efficient there, I mean, like it's a good win. Um, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. Also, I'm looking there because I've put stuff there, not just. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, animation something I want to get better at, UI animation and all these things. But yeah, we'll. I don't think that's really relevant to all this. What else is there? Hmm. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. Mm, oh yeah, more open source content. I think I already mentioned that. I have a few repositories in mind, which I think I can show. Let me open them. I mainly start them. They're in my stars if anyone wants to see them. But I think again, I think why am I thinking? There is no I. That's a whole other topic, but okay. Let me just see if there's anything sensitive, which I can't show that I've started. Like sensitive, I mean personal, but I don't think kuch hai. Okay. So these are some repositories. I'm not going to show the whole list. This is one we did like I just showed. Buff, this is something I got to use recently, and it's something I want to contribute to. This is the whole like company which is making uh, like open source projects, which is focused on protocol buffers, and they're solving the whole protocol buffer ecosystem. Whatever it is lacking right now, they're basically providing it. So there's something I want to keep contributing to, or like not I mean, start nahi kara hai, but it's something I do want to contribute to, and kind of become really familiar with protocol buffers as a domain in general, because I think this is some okay. I'm thinking, see, this is good catch, but because this is like protocol buffer seems to be something which is going to be more and more relevant in the future, so something good to have expertise on. Yeah, Angular protocol, see same thing. Osmium, yeah, Angular CLI, yeah, these things. Grafana, K6, even just these tools that you're using, right? I'm using NX also these days, Docker, Kubernetes, all these things. Stuff like this where if I can contribute to the tools that I'm using, not only will I understand how they're implemented, which will help me use them better, maybe, or even if I don't get to use them better, but it's good to have that knowledge of how these things are implemented, right? And if you're contributing to them, it just, I don't know, it feels like the right way to go about it. So it's something I want to do, at least one contribution, no matter how small it is, just like it's there. It's as long as it's solving something, it's helpful for the tool itself. It's something I want to do. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Not bad. I think we covered a lot of things, and the things we didn't cover is fine. We don't. I mean, if it's not important to remember, it's which is actually not the right. That's a different thing. But anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much it. I will see you in the stream or next video, whichever it is. I'm not sure if I'll be able to stream this weekend also because I'm busy. I know, right? It's fun to have a life. Oh, I also participated in a chess tournament offline, which was fun. It was like a casual chess event, part of a club. In the finals, I came in the top three pairing, but I lost the final game to a Sicilian. But I loved playing that game. I was laughing when I was losing. So it was a really really nice game. The guy played really really well. So more chess, yeah. Chess programming also next year. Yeah, we're gonna get more into that, which is one of the projects which sure we'll talk about that later. But I need to actually finish that project. But other than that, also just in general chess programming, I'm starting to speak fast, which is fine. Okay, I don't want to extend it. That's it. Summary of this year and 2026. Which I've not listed specifically what I need to do in 2026, which is good because I don't want to say it and then not do it. It's better if I do it and then say it. Yeah. Anyway, chalo. Good talk with myself and with anyone who sees this. But yeah, see you in a live stream or a video. Chalo. Bye bye. End recording. Yeah.